So this is Oberon. He is a 5-year-old Mustang from the Anaki herd gatherer from last year. And he is finally ready for his first step ups and sits. So we always try to fit the saddle to horses before we start doing this sort of thing. And he's a pretty wide horse, so the saddle seemed to be a good fit. But as you'll see, he very clearly tells us that it's not comfortable. And this horse is rather introverted. So part of our training with him has been to really encourage him to communicate and that we're going to listen. Because he does have a lot of fear that we've been working with him for quite a while now. And so he's made it to this stage. What I really want to kind of show you is it's pretty normal for horses on the first step ups to kind of raise their head like this, to be a little bit worried. And what the difference is, as you'll see later, is this should go away as you're doing the work. And they should be more accepting and be okay with it if they're not in any kind of pain. And what ends up happening is he actually gets worse. So, and you can really see him trying to communicate and see how bracy he is here. And he does lead really well, so he's kind of being bracy right there. And so that's another sign that he's really not okay, that something's wrong. And so as you're working with a horse, you have to just kind of really pay attention to see, are they actually just worried about something and I just need to work through it and get to the other side? Or are they actually something's wrong? Are they in pain? Are they trying to say something to me other than just simply fear? And of course, we need to not push them too far over their fear threshold. So his head kind of comes up here, like I said, not unusual when you're first doing step-ups. And then he swings his leg over there, and he seems okay, and he swings his leg back and watch his head shoot up fast. That's a big indicator because it shot up so fast. If he just kind of raised his head, but it wasn't that quick, that would have been more of just kind of a little bit of worry. And so Isidore's just kind of really assessing here, and he's going on the other side, and okay, let's desensitize that side. Maybe it has something to do with that side, because the other side is definitely much more, he's much more worried on that side. And so this is another really good indication that you cannot take one thing and say your horse is relaxed. So this horse has his foot hiked up, and there is absolutely nothing relaxed about this horse. You see how flinchy he is, his ears, his head set. He's not relaxed at all. And so I can't stress enough how don't just, he looking chewed, he's doing okay. No, you need to look at the entire horse. Do you see all he did there was just pick his foot up and the head went up? Oberon is really trying to tell him that something doesn't feel right, he's not comfortable. See, the head goes up here, and Isidore's just trying to assess, he's trying to tell him again. And so we want to respect what this horse is telling us before he feels like he needs to yell. And a yell would be taking off, bolting, bucking, rearing up. That's a yell. So you can see he puts a little weight in the stirrup and his head shoots up. And this is a pain response. And that back leg being hiked is he's trying to get his body to a position where it is not uncomfortable. He's not relaxed at all. And so instead of this horse getting better and more relaxed with step-ups, which is the norm, he's actually getting worse. And so our job as trainers is to really listen to him. A saddle fit is so important. And this horse is really trying to communicate, and we want to foster that communication. We want him to feel like he can sort of quote unquote, speak up, and we will listen because that really creates a good partnership instead of a horse that is either they'll be, learned helplessness where they'll just be obedient and just have completely given up and will just put up with pain, or they become that problem horse that bucks or bolts or rears.
Or is an issue. Okay, I go find out what is the pressure, what is the pain. I go change the different saddle. Because I see this saddle give you the pressure. Oh boy, give you the pressure and kill like something. The saddle hurt him. I go try different saddle. See this, though the different saddles the same. maybe he look at the body. Okay, we can try again this little guy.
So you cannot kind of see in that front view that this saddle already has much better wither clearance for him. The other saddle, once he was working, it kind of settled down on his withers, and you can see such a difference. Sitter had worked with him a little bit before this clip, and of course he raised his head right there, but Sitter had brushed him with his foot on the offside, and so that's why he's kind of desensitizing him here. It wasn't him shooting his head up. You could just see all together he's much more relaxed about all of this. His ears are working a little bit more. They're not so frozen. And initially he was worried because he thought it was going to hurt again. And so he kind of worked through that. And then this is his bad side, of course. And so he moved, and you see Sitter kind of respected that he was a little bit worried, but it wasn't the same pain response. His head isn't shooting up. His body isn't as tense. So it's just really good to pay attention to that, so your horses don't start to yell.